Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me. A couple of procedures in this. As you probably guessed from the title, this first one is a child, and it was a really young child as well. I think they were about 3 or 4 years old. So yeah, it is quite shocking actually what we found in this young girl's ear. And you might well be thinking, well, how can they not notice something like this? I mean, if they're anything like my kids, then they ignore you a lot of the time anyway when you're asking them a question. So it's hard to tell sometimes. You can't really see it with the naked eye either because it's small and bendy. But have a look at when this one comes out. It was absolutely shocking, the size of it for such a little person. Look at that. It's the entire ear canal. It's absolutely massive, and I've got I think I've got an image of it as well, zoomed in. So what's got, I mean, this has probably been building up, possibly even since they were born, as the ear. Obviously, for some reason, this poor girl's ear obviously can't shed itself of its skin. Now, whether that's down to another condition or not, don't know. We'll know when we see it for the second time. But that came out quite simply. And I was hoping that this other one would do the same, but it really didn't. Now, I'm not ordinarily a fan of using tools, especially sharp ones, in very young children's ears, but I had no option in this one. I did maul about with the suction for a little bit too long, probably, but in the end, I had to get the Cawthorn hook out. But seeing kids like this, it's one of the main reasons why I really enjoy my job, because as the title suggests, you can change someone's life in a very short space of time. Now, when it's somebody that young like this, it can affect them in many ways, especially even, like I said, 3-4 years old. They'll obviously struggle to communicate with anybody because they can't hear very well, and that can affect them in school. I don't think she was old enough for school, but in nursery, preschool, reception, whatever it's called, wherever you are. And obviously, it can even affect the speech as well, how you're forming words and how you speak and how you sound. If you can't hear yourself speaking, you can not form your words correctly. But the smile on this young girl's face after we got this out was absolutely priceless, and it's why we do it. But it is very difficult doing such young children, especially a quite a complicated, difficult procedure like this one. And what's the trickiest thing is not necessarily getting it out, it's putting that child at ease. And there's a few things that I often do with all of them. I mean, free stickers helps. So I'll make them a deal. I said, you can pick a sticker now, and if you're good and you're nice and still, then you can have another sticker afterwards, one for each ear. And also free pens helps too. For the really special ones, I'll give them one of my pens. But what helps, because I obviously have to explain to them what it is and that you'll have this thing going inside your ear, and they see that and they're like, oh, terrified instantly. And then you also have to turn it on, hold it to them so they can hear the noise. But when you're trying to explain to a really young child the importance of keeping still, I explain it to them in this way. So I put a little bit of tissue next to them on the arm of the chair, and I stick with the machine turned on, I stick this on it, and see, look, just nice and gentle, it's just lifting that up. And I said, I want you to have a go. So I give them the suction tube, and I hold this, and I say, right, just gently pick that up. See, it's not sucking it all up really aggressively, it's really nice and gentle. But then what I ask them to do is say, right, try and pick it up again. And what I'll do, I'll move it around, and they're chasing it all over the place like this. And I said, why was that so hard? Why was that difficult? And obviously they always say, because you were moving it. And at this point, the parents usually can figure out where I'm going with this. I said, so for me to get that out your ear, which you've seen on the screen there, and I'm pointing at it, you can't see it, I can see it. I said, do you think you need to keep really still, or do you think you need to be moving about and jiggling about like this? So they obviously said, well, we need to keep still, don't we? And that usually helps. And when they can see what I'm doing, I often find that really helps as well. So as you can see, I've given up with the suction, because it just wasn't going to come out. And like I said, I'm always reluctant with tools in a little person's ear, but she was being pretty good. So I managed to get the Cawthorn hook in there. And obviously, sometimes with kids it is a bit like a moving target, which can be difficult. Which is why it's swaying about a little bit. She was coughing from time to time as well. If you've seen me cut away suddenly at some point, I haven't paid attention to this, to be honest. She had a little, I think she had a bit of a cold. So she was coughing as well. But as you can see, we've managed to get a decent grip of this. And I think it's just as big as the other one, but I think it just broke apart into a couple of pieces. But yeah, the difference, instantly, she was speaking a lot louder as soon as these came out, and the parents noticed that she was forming her words differently. Yeah, there is a little spot on there. I'm not entertaining going down for a little spot like that on a very young child. And they noticed the difference in how she was forming her words. Right, well, this is coming soon. I was going to do this video today, but there's really not time. And the reason why is it's about 3/4 of an hour long, this procedure. So I'm hopefully going to put it in the next video. That's why, but I've given you a little teaser. It's the hardest mastoid cavity I've ever had to clean. And as you'll see from the image above me, it was absolutely huge, this thing. That's my finger. And if you can imagine the size of that. Right, here's the last procedure. Have a guess what's caused this.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
That's right. Yeah, buddy. It's my good old friend, Buddy the cotton bud, has made an appearance. You can quite clearly see at the point I'm at there, that's where the little indentation of the cotton bud is. It might well be 3 or 4 videos in a row that I've had to repair the damage that Buddy has caused. I've given up telling people off about it. They usually know as soon as they've come in that, oh, I can't believe I've done this. He didn't admit it either until I actually looked in it, because we asked him a few questions beforehand. You know, have you tried to get it out yourself? Have you done anything? Poked anything about in there? Often not. They usually always say no. Then when I show them on the screen and they can see a big imprint in this wax, I say, are you sure? And they're like, oh yeah. Camera never lies. So yeah, hopefully I will have time to upload that video about that with the mastoid cavity in the next video. So I know some of you will be like, oh, that's so annoying that you've done that. I just genuinely don't have time to narrate that procedure right now, but I'll find time soon and narrate that and make that the next video. But you're going to enjoy it. It was a long, frustrating one though. It was that difficult. It even bent me tools. It was that solid and hard, this thing. It was quite shocking. But we're managing to bring this one forward. You can watch those videos, by the way, if you consider, if you want to. There's no obligation for this. Not going to hold a gun to your head or anything. But you can become a member. And if you become a member, you can see the videos without narration, and they are uploaded as and when they happen. So you can feel free to become a member. There'll be a button below that says join. And if you don't want to do that, which is absolutely fine, then I would appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. That really helps us out. And it helps us out because it means that the videos get recommended to more people. So if you watch it on YouTube and you've never press the subscribe button, then please do so. It just means you'll get notified when there's in your notifications bar. I think if you press the bell, it'll tell you when the next videos come out, which is always every 2 days. But it'll send you a little reminder on your notifications panel, and it'll so look out for the next one, because it is going to be a bit of an epic, and I'm going to have to think of something to talk about to fill 3/4 of an hour for that one. There's one that's just as long after that as well, which I think is possibly even more difficult to do than the mastoid cavity for different reasons. It's one of the world's smallest ear canal entrances that I've ever come across, and that will probably be the one after the mastoid cavity one. So this one, we managed to bring it forward, but the issue is it's got a bit trapped at the entrance here, which is a bit airy, which does make it a bit tricky to see what I'm doing. But with a little wiggle and a jiggle, and out she comes. And there's his eardrum after that, looking lovely and clear, a little bit red. And as I said to him, that's not because of what I've just done, that's because of what you've done. Poking it in. I don't think he'll do it again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. But for now, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.